Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Julie's Outdoor Oven. Tonight we're going to make pork chops and potato sauce and goat cheese stuffed mushrooms. So first off, we're going to brown our pork chops in about 1/8 of an inch of oil. Get the lid off here. And I have the oven over a bed of about 24 coals to brown the meat. And I'm using 4 bone-in pork chops. We'll let those brown and I'll be right back as soon as they're brown. Okay, so now that we have our pork chops browned, we're going to take these out. And next we'll put in onions and saute them. This is 1 medium-sized yellow onion sliced. So as soon as these are cooked a little bit, we'll take them back out and put the pork chops in and then lay the onions on top. And I will be right back with you. So now I sauteed the onions and I've taken them back out and we're going to put our pork chops back in. You want to try to put them in one layer. Okay, and next we're going to put our sauteed onions back on top. And then we take our potatoes, and I sliced up 2 potatoes, and we'll lay those in here. They've kind of turned brown on me. And then after we put the potatoes in, we're going to add 1 can of cream of mushroom soup and a 1/2 can of water mixed up. We'll put that right over top. I'll make sure that I get all that goodness out of there. Who doesn't like cream of mushroom soup? So next we'll put the lid back on and cook this for about, I'll have to check on that. I'm not sure exactly how long I'm going to cook it. I'll let you know here in a few minutes. We'll put our charcoal on top. move this out of the way so I can get to my charcoal. And we're putting about 14 on top and about 10 on the bottom, or about 8 on the bottom. I need to get something to pick that up. It's gotten hot on me already. Okay, so we're going to let that cook for a little while. And I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the mushrooms, the goat cheese stuffed mushrooms. I did them in my house because there was quite a few things you had to do and it was kind of going to be too messy. I really didn't have the room to do it outside here. But I will tell you the ingredients here in a minute. So now we will place these in the Dutch oven over a bed of 8 coals. I've never had goat cheese before, so I'm curious to what it tastes like. I hear the pork chops sizzling quite a bit and boiling. Okay, so we got those in. Next we put our lid on. And I didn't clean this from the last time, so it's kind of messy. Put our coals on top here. That's my horse Frosty. He's ready to eat. I don't know if you heard him or not, but he was whinnying up pretty good. I'll leave that one in the middle. So those will cook for 20 minutes. It doesn't take very long for the stuffed mushrooms. The pork chops, they take until the pork chops are tender and the potatoes are tender, and then they'll be ready. So we'll let these cook for 20 minutes. I'll have to time that. And what went into the goat cheese stuffed mushrooms was first, in a small bowl, we mixed together 1½ teaspoons of Italian herb seasoning, a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, and 1½ tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature. And we mixed that together in a small bowl. And then in a medium bowl, we tossed together the mushrooms, which is an 8-ounce package of whole cremini mushrooms. And then oil was 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Vinegar was 1½ teaspoons of balsamic vinegar. and some salt and pepper, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt and a half a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. So then we mix that together, and then we take the mushrooms and we put a spoonful of goat cheese in each of the mushrooms. And then you sprinkle on top about a half a tablespoon of the breadcrumbs and butter and the Italian herb seasoning that you mixed up. Sprinkle that on top, and that's what made those. And then we cook them for 20 minutes. So I will see you back in about 20 minutes. Okay, so I think everything's finished cooking. We have our stuffed mushrooms here, and this is the potatoes, the pork chops with potato sauce. So we'll get a couple mushrooms out here and get a pork chop. With some potatoes. It smells pretty good. There it is. That's pork chops and potato sauce and goat cheese stuffed mushrooms. Okay, here we have it. I'll give the taste test on the mushrooms first. Got a feeling everything's going to be really hot. Those are pretty tasty. Yes, I do like goat cheese. Let's give a potato a try. Well, they're nice and tender. Give the pork chop a little try. And here's the pork chop. Nice and tender. Have a bite of onion. Well, there you have it. That's pork chops and potato sauce and goat cheese stuffed mushrooms. I hope you like it. Please subscribe and like my video if you would. That would be great. And thanks for watching Julie's Outdoor Oven.